Do you know how smart Border Collies are? Not just dog owners, but even scientists have been fascinated by this breed's intelligence and have spent years studying it. Take the Border Collie in the video, for instance. According to its owner, this 5-year-old dog was initially able to understand around 100 words, but after dedicated training, it can now write 20 to 30 words. Even more impressively, when asked, "What is 7 minus 1?" it picks up a pen and writes out the equation. 7 minus 1 equals 6. Is this a trained response, or is there something deeper at play? Back in 1994, renowned canine psychologist Stanley Coren published The Intelligence of Dogs, where he ranked Border Collies as the most intelligent dog breed. He even suggested they might possess human-like abilities for active thinking and logical reasoning. At the time, these claims were controversial. Even in primates like chimpanzees, advanced cognitive functions, such as independent reasoning, had not been definitively proven. So how could a dog with its smaller brain capacity possibly exhibit such abilities? Adding to the skepticism, other smart breeds mentioned in Coren's book, like poodles or German shepherds, didn't display similar reasoning skills. Some questioned whether these abilities, demonstrated by only a handful of Border Collies, were enough to support Coren's claims. Their doubts were understandable. Compared to primates or cetaceans, dogs were generally considered less intelligent. But as more Border Collies became popular household companions, people began to say, a dog is just a dog, but a Border Collie is a Border Collie. Many owners believe their Border Collies go beyond being just a dog. This is often highlighted in videos comparing the quick-thinking Border Collies to the more carefree and mischievous Huskies. In agility tests, Border Collies zip through the course with focus and precision, while Huskies, though quick, approach it with playful enthusiasm, often seeming more interested in having fun than completing the tasks. Even more telling is a scenario where both dogs accompany their owner to the ATM. The Husky, distracted by a stranger's treat, wanders off, only for the Border Collie to take the leash and guide the Husky back with experience, fully aware of their responsibility. Stories like these have amused dog lovers, but scientists have continued to dig deeper into the Border Collie's extraordinary mind. In 2004, German animal psychologist Juliane conducted experiments with her Border Collie to uncover the extent of its abilities. She trained the dog to recognize over 200 words and published her findings, which supported Stanley Coren's earlier claims. The training involved placing random objects together and giving verbal commands. When she said pot, the dog retrieved a pot. When she said Ultraman, it brought her an Ultraman toy. This showed that the dog could consistently associate specific words with the correct objects. In 2008, an Austrian Border Collie named Betsy captured attention for her exceptional intelligence. In controlled experiments, she demonstrated an understanding of 340 words and even showed reasoning abilities comparable to humans. Her achievements earned her a feature on the cover of National Geographic. This left people wondering, with a vocabulary comparable to that of a 3-year-old child, could Chaser's abilities go even further? But perhaps no Border Collie is as well known as Chaser, trained by Professor John Pilley. Over 3 years, Chaser learned nearly 800 words. By 2011, when her abilities were formally documented in a scientific paper, her vocabulary had reached an astonishing 1,022 words. What made Chaser unique wasn't just the volume of words she knew, but her ability to learn through logical deduction. For example, if she already recognized the word pencil, she could infer that pen was something similar. Based on its sound and association with objects she knew, she would identify the pen and commit it to memory. In 2013, astrophysicist and science communicator Neil deGrasse Tyson emphasized research linking Chaser's remarkable cognitive abilities to a variation in the CTNND2 gene. This gene, associated with neural plasticity and human reasoning, offered a fascinating clue about Border Collies' extraordinary intelligence. Chaser's vocabulary of 1,022 words wasn't her limit, it was her owner's. By 2011, Professor Pilley's advancing age made it difficult for him to keep up with Chaser's rapid learning. He eventually had to stop her training because he could no longer remember enough new words to teach her. A few years later, Professor Pilley passed away, and Chaser followed soon after. But while her story has ended, the legend of the Border Collie lives on. They continue to amaze us with their loyalty, intelligence, and unique ability to form deep connections. They teach us the value of patience, love, and respect, reminding us that while we may never fully understand their inner world, their presence is truly a gift worth cherishing. All right, that's the end of today's story. See you next time.